Today I'm going to share with you how to get a wood wax finish that helps protect bare wood and allows the natural grain of the wood to show through. Clear paste wax over raw wood will give a natural looking wood finish with a beautiful low sheen that slightly enhances the natural color and variations in wood. While using a poly on wood works great in some cases, there are others where you don't want the look or feel of a poly on your natural wood finish. Wax gives a much richer and more artisan finish on wood. Yes, you can use both for an even more durable wood finish, and I'll share how. You can download my instructions and supply list on my blog at h2obungalow.com. The first thing you'll do is look over your piece and get any needed repairs out of the way before moving forward. Always wear safety goggles and a dust mask when sanding. As much as I love my cordless tools, an electric random orbital sander will do the best job for this project. To prep your wood, you'll want a smooth surface. If you have a light coat of paint or shellac, start with an 80 grit sandpaper and work your way up to a 220 grit. If you're removing several layers of paint or very thick shellac, you can save time by stripping the piece first before sanding. Citrus strip works great for this type of project. Be sure to get into the corners and under trim. It's okay to put some pressure and elbow grease into the sander to get tough areas like knots on wood. If you're waxing an unpainted raw wood piece, just sand as needed until you get a smooth finish all over. Next, you'll clean all the dust from sanding your wood with a tack cloth. Wipe the surface from one edge to another along the grain. Be sure to wipe all the crevices and the molding trim too. Turn the cloth over or refold it when the surface shows dust and dirt. If you plan on sealing your raw wood with a polyurethane under the clear wax, do this now. Allow enough time for the poly to cure before moving on to the next step of applying your wax. These are the supplies you'll need to apply a clear paste wax. I go into more details and the pros and cons of choices in my blog post. You'll load your wax brush by rolling it around in the wax until it looks like this, which is more wax than if you were sealing a painted piece of furniture. Work the wax into the wood in small sections at a time. The raw wood will absorb the wax quickly. Work in roughly 12 to 18-inch sections at a time, applying the wax and buffing it off before moving on to the next section. My biggest challenge when I first tried using paste wax on furniture was learning how to apply paste wax correctly. Apply too much and it turns the surface gummy. Too little wax ends up being a lot of work without the nice feel and sheen of wax. If you polyed your piece first, you'll apply the wax the same. You'll find that the wax doesn't absorb as quickly into the wood because it's already sealed and you'll need less wax. Buff each section with a clean white lint-free painter's rag until the wax doesn't feel like velvet. You'll use your fingers to feel the waxed wood a lot as you're working. If the wood feels velvety and a little sticky when running your hands over it, you'll need to buff the wax with a rag more. Be sure to overlap your edges when starting a new section with a wax coating. Allow the wood wax finish to sit for a few hours up to a day before adding another coat of wax. Some people wait 24 hours before adding additional coats. I usually wait just about 2. I made cowhide drawer pulls for my waxed wood dresser. I cut 1-inch by 6-inch strips of cowhide using my Craig multi-tool as a guide. Pre-drill a 1/4 inch depression into a block of wood to keep the drill bit from walking when drilling the holes for the carriage bolts on the drawer pulls. Thread the carriage bolt through both holes and use a nut to attach them to the drawer. Allow your wood wax finish to cure fully as the last step. Put your piece aside and don't use it or place anything on top of it for at least a week to 10 days. Again, you can download the complete set of instructions and supply list in the blog post at h2obungalow.com. If you liked my project, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my blog when you're on there too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon on the next creative DIY project.